Okay, I am really hoping, got my fingers crossed, I got my toes crossed, I got my balls crossed, that this is the last episode in this game, because it is really overstaying its welcome. For the last 3 to 4 hours or so, it's just been dialogue, 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 and no action, and it's getting fucking boring. Right, so let's just get the fuck out of here, I'm sick of it. This door. Oh no, of course it's going to be the other door. So I don't know what it is, like, the game was exciting and interesting up until we defeated the Fifth Lord. After that, the game completely went to tits. It's like they don't know what to fucking do with themselves. They're just creating a 40-hour RPG for the sake of creating a 40-hour RPG when there's only actually 20 hours worth of content. The joke. Fuck, I'm sick of walking through lifts, man. Why is it putting us in control here? Just give me a cutscene and put me at the last boss so I can stab him in the face. Because, fucking boring. Look, another cutscene now. I bet you this says nothing. I bet this cutscene says nothing. Oh, look, a door. Should we go through the door? Oh, the Renis Alma. Door. New door.
That's quite
Sovereign. Door.
Right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
Thank fuck for that.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
Are we gonna...
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
Gonna debilitate for another half an hour as to why we should go through the door?
To open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Hopefully it involves swords. Oh my fucking hell. Here we go. So I just healed last episode for no reason because it said like there's no point, no return, like me at the game. Touch it, bring it, babe, watch it, turn it, leave it, stop, format it. Looks pretty nice. Walk forward 7 steps cutscene simulator. That's exactly what this game is.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Red woman, 3 of them. Right, let's go, baby.
Particularly talkative.
It's no use, Elton. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Can't get out of this!
Glacial Spear. Here's evil. Skies. I call it mercy. Will this help?
Demon Fang! It's on!
Raging Cascade. Healing Circle.
This isn't looking good.
In here.
I owe you one.
Their arts were interrupted.
The waters of creation. Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
Take this!
Blah, blah, blah. Magic.
Now you see what I can do!
Burning Breeze Lancer.
Demon Fang!
They're not that strong, actually.
Eternal devastation!
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Try harder! My turn!
Sleep
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
Stay away from my friend!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Easter!
Take this!
Resuscitation! Here, let me help. Still doesn't fight the thing.
Let me just not die.
Back into the fray.
Demon
In here.
Fang!
Hear me. Flaming
Demon Fang is great because it goes through everybody.
Pierce evil.
Demon Fang!
Arctic Freeze Lancer. Freeze Lancer. Dance in the wind wall.
Demon
Sleep now.
No further!
I'll be safe.
I can carve through!
Oh shit, what's happening here?
Pull myself together. Freeze Lancer. I can do this all day.
My turn!
Seal.
Demon Fang!
I'll be saving this one. I don't know walls. More where that came from.
Eternal devastation!
Hit her then. He keeps missing her. Whoa.
Burn in hell!
Lightning. I'll be saving this one.
Eternal
Get
devastation!
ready.
Crush!
Here, let me help. Not on my watch. First aid. Oh,
Demon
sparkling
Fang.
stars of light. Rain down and back into the fray.
Demon Fang!
Hurricane Spark. Here's a healing arc. Freeze Lancer. Dance in the wind.
It won't target the one I want to fucking target. Oh my god.
Where are you going?
Demon Fang!
Here I go. I'm going.
You can just dodge straight into them and just
Hurricane Spark.
watch this.
Try hard! Not a chance!
I can do this all day.
Demon
Meteor. Sleep now. I'll be saving this one.
Burn!
Blah, blah, blah. I'll heal you all. In here.
Crush!
I'll be
Eternal
saving this one.
devastation!
Will this help?
Try harder!
This one's mine. Far enough.
Here's a healing arc.
Try hard! Not a
First
chance!
aid. Shooting
Take
star. Too much to handle. Dance in the wind.
I'll smash you!
Air drop.
Your orb.
All ready. First aid.
Eternal
Far beyond the
devastation!
darkest skies. I
Strike.
call on thee.
Destruction!
Without a
Ignite! Eternal devastation!
I can't hit them with Eternal Devastation because the tracking's shit.
Air through here.
Destruction!
Magic is there. Here, let me liberate
Demon Fang!
Oh, sparkling stars of light.
Demon Fang! Try harder! Not a chance! Strike!
Healing circle.
Lunar Rondo!
Lightning.
Shion.
Ready to go.
Demon
This
Fang.
one.
No further!
Will this help?
Go time!
Now!
Going in.
I'm not done! Stunner! Lunar Rondo!
Magic is there.
Take this!
Freeze Lancer.
Try hard! Not a chance!
Air thrust. Reload. My energy.
Easter!
Here, let me help.
I'll smash you!
First aid. Glacial in the wind. Air thrust. Voltron. Raging cascade. Spread. Blah, blah, blah. There again. Will this heal? I'll be saving this
Eternal
one.
devastation! Crush!
Here goes.
Eternal devastation!
The help.
Crush!
Far enough.
Confiscated. Pierce evil.
This one's all mine!
Take this. Malevolent.
Not today!
Wonderful. This one's mine.
Destruction!
Sealed. I'll be saving
my
this
turn.
healing arc.
How about strike?
Thunder
Stunner!
field.
Lunar Rondo!
More where that came from.
Demon Fang!
Spread.
Try harder! Not a chance!
Look sharp.
Shattering the
I never
pieces!
miss.
Attack time!
Sleep now.
Stunner!
Take this!
Glacial
Lunar!
I'll smash you!
Stunner!
Dance in the
Lunar
wind.
Try harder! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Sleep now.
Total devastation!
More for the stockpile. Reload.
Demon Fang!
Too much to handle. Purge Molecular. Seal. What the?
You! Stay
Shit, kill Shion.
for my friends! Demon
Gotta
Fang!
heal you all. Where that came from? Healing here.
Eternal devastation!
Here I go. Mega ray. Back into the fray. Mega ray.
Oh shit, I didn't know they can do that.
won't save you.
Let me have
Get
this
out
one.
of this.
Demon Fang!
Astral energy. Go where that
This
came
one's
from.
all mine! Demon
Crazy
Fang!
cascade.
Eat dirt!
Searing flame.
Denied.
Healing arc.
Eternal devastation! Crush!
More for the
Eternal
stockpile.
devastation!
The waters of creation. Magic is
Demon
in.
Fang!
Far beyond the
Try
horizon.
harder. Not yet.
Switch to offense.
Demon Fang!
I'm ready all day.
Demon Fang! This one's all mine!
Waterfall. Field.
Fuck you.
Eat dirt!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Eternal devastation!
Freeze lantern. Take this.
Oh fuck, this one's free.
Here's a healing arc. First aid. By the power of flame. Vanish without a trace.
Demon Fang!
More where that came from. Explosion. Hear me. In here.
Oh, bro, I was fucking dodging into it and you fucking wouldn't do it.
Get here!
Oh fuck, he's hitting us wild.
Demon Fang!
Not in your dreams.
No further. Now you see what I can do.
Demon Fang!
Waterfall. Free
Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust. Healing circle.
Demon
Blah
Fang!
blah blah. That's in here. I won't give up. I'll be saving
Demon
this
Fang!
one.
Demon
Raging
Fang!
cascade. Spread. Hit.
Try harder! It's
More
on!
where that came from.
Eat dirt!
Light astral raging cascade.
I can handle it. Far enough.
Blah blah blah.
Try harder!
Field.
Not a chance! I'm not done!
Okay,
You're on!
next
Demon Fang!
Sleep now.
Demon
I'll be
Fang!
saving this one. All
Demon Fang!
Oh, you fucking killed us. Fucking this guy's hitting us out of fucking nowhere.
This should do it!
Let's go,
Demon Fang! You'll pay for that!
I call upon thee.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Shooting star.
Demon Fang!
Field. Not on my watch.
The flame inside me, yours!
Now, astral
Got him.
energy.
Say no more!
Fuck you. Fuck you. Teammates just didn't know how to dodge the easiest of attacks. Like.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Just kill them, don't talk.
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Kill Volron quick.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
Well, kill him quick.
Should've thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're
Go on, do it.
obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alphen, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
Bastard. He became a bastard.
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Renna this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Shit. Just do it!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am...
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissalma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissalma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Oh my god, it wasn't even the last boss.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
Ah, my days, I can't fast travel.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
This game's just dragging itself through fucking broken glass, like... I've got no... I don't know, I just... the whole, like... end 25% of the game, I've got no interest in the story. Like, I like defeating the lords and acting on that thing, that behalf, but... now, just... the sovereign monarchy's just lost on me, completely lost on me. Can I really not fast travel anywhere? If this makes me go back to the maintenance tunnels and fight everything, it's just terrible. Reminds me of fucking Time Splitters one where you have to fight your way through the level and fight your way back. Have I saved it? Oh, we can heal here. Yeah. Bargain? Why not? Oh, unless we've got another boss coming up. Oh my god, we actually have to. Oh god, everything's dead. Oh, fuck it. Bro! Oh my god, why? These enemies mean nothing to me. I don't care for fighting them.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Exactly what I think. Is this a joke?
Rising Wyvern! Release the Rover!
You require
You can't get out of this!
More message now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! My turn! Strike! Astral Arch?
That's my field!
Damn it! Shut him down! Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! Stardust!
Make it rain!
Here I come! No escape!
By the power of Grayskull!
You're finished!
More with that now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Stardust!
I feel sprightlier than before.
I'm glad you feel sprightly, but I don't know. I'm trying to remain positive, but I think at this point in the game, I'm beyond fighting crap enemies. Like, we just want to fight bosses, like not these ones. This is boring to fight. How do I get around here? Straight around the other side. You know what I mean? Fuck all y'all. Why we didn't kill Volron there is just terrible. As soon as I saw him locked up in that chamber, I would have shot him in the face.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegus. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned. perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnagain's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Can you just fast travel me to the ship, please? No, that's too much to ask. I guess I'll walk there. I guess I'll walk there, mate. More down damage, yes.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
We fast travel yet? Nope.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Am I even going the right way? Yes. Why would the game even make you walk back through these environments with nothing in them? I'm fucking... It's like, do you know what they do? Like, they put their A team on the first 75% of the game, and then fucking, I don't know, everybody got COVID, and then they just put the fucking T-boy on to make the rest of the game. That's why it's so fucking shit. How to fuck your game 101. Like, what am I doing? I'm just walking through environments with nothing in them. Why don't you just let me fast travel back to the fucking ship and get on with the rest of the game? Jesus Christ, honestly, I cannot even. Wait, what's the point of this? Look. What's the point? I don't understand the point that I'm doing this. What a waste of fucking time. Another cutscene for fucking 10 minutes chatting shit, I bet.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet.
Well, let's go and stop fucking talking about it. You've just said this exact same thing 3 times previously in cutscenes. That just made no point.
The answers have to be there.
Oh my god, can I skip this? Should I skip it?
To finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
Fucking look for the fucking Renis Alma, you nonce. What do you think? Do you think we're gonna fucking do?
How things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Oh good, game over, I'm happy. And then we just beat the end of it. Black hole us into oblivion. Roll credits, please. Please, put me out of my fucking misery. Honestly, this should be like a standard in game development.
What the hell just happened?
If there's no physical player interaction for 80% every hour, then you're doing something wrong.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
No, it's
Quite
fantastic,
bad.
you
We've
fucking
lost
idiot.
control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
My arm's on
trying to
fire.
finish
That's
us
bad,
off
isn't it?
before we can
No,
land?
mate. It's alright.
Everyone, look there!
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it laid dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Oh great, another walking about an empty vessel. Oh, 5 steps in a cutscene. Are you fucking kidding me?
Outside the starship.
You fucking
Yeah.
mate.
Our planet's really not
What's the
doing
fucking
too
point of
hot
that?
right about now.
Why would you even put me there to walk 5 steps to
I've
show me
only
another
ever seen Rena
cutscene?
from the surface of Daeq,
Bruh.
so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Lads, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. He's not gonna say anything interesting whatsoever.
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must
Oh,
be
it's
here
not
somewhere.
accessible. So if it's not accessible, why give us a fucking option then? Jesus Christ, I can't. I've lost all drive to even play this game now. It's shit now. God, so shit.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Daeq Faezol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed, and it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Daeq Faezol.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Oh, we're looking around, talking to some people. Oh, great. Are we going to learn anything from speaking to these people, or is it just going to be a load of shit?
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature...
Oh, mate, shut the fuck up. You're full of shit. Let's just get on with it. Who the fuck am I talking to? Oh, different floors. But I guarantee it's going to be the most mind-numbing, boring dialogue you've ever seen in your life. Just watch. Watch. I'm having a full front lobe lobotomy just playing this shit. Like. Oh, people, fantastic.
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Just shows it in the cutscene. Just give me what I need to know in a cutscene. Oh, I don't know.
Have you guys lived up here in Daeq Faezol with Hevrect 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevric 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Yeah, we've got answers to nothing. There's no new relevant information in that at all.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
No, just 1 minute.
Sure.
30
It's
seconds.
going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquill.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquill.
But if
Somebody
that's true,
talk then.
then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquill. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquill are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquill kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquill technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and—
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquill are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
It's just all a bit too convoluted.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner! However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contests began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevricht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
Probably the same shape as my mind. Mine bored out me.
Feels like our whole world has been...
Oh, shut the fuck up, Lorne. Your shit.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
What? Oh man, why? We're gonna talk to every... Oh, fuck this, lads. I'm skipping all of this shit. I can't fucking even do it anymore. Let's rest. Oh. Listen, let's just get into a position where we can go and play the game next episode, because this is not a fucking game at the minute. It's a fucking shit anime. Right, Dad, I'm just letting you know, I'm skipping all this dialogue. It's nonsense. It's all nonsense.
Oh, it's you two.
He who...
Ah, whatever. Waste of fucking time this game. Honestly, there's been about 20 minutes gameplay in the last fucking 5 hours of fucking this shit game. Shut the fuck up.
Well, it's...
Thank you. Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
Hey, about fucking time.
There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
No, we don't. We don't care. I just want to play the game.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it.
We know why you're saying
That
it.
alone is enough
We
to make
know.
it our enemy.
We know.
But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
We know all of this.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is.
What's that?
Our minds are made up. Let's...
What? So it makes you disband the party and then join your party together just to watch some fucking shit cuts. I just didn't. Right, lads, I'm calling episode. I actually can't bear to play this game any longer. I'm gonna have a fucking break because my mind is numb from listening to this fucking shit for
Let's
a
go
fucking
give
hour.
Hevric 35 our answer.
Fought a fucking boss, and then it was just... It took me 10 minutes to beat the boss, and now it's 1 hour and 3 minutes of doing fuck all, seeing the next one, if I can even bring myself to fucking play this wank. Absolute fucking homeless person wank this game is.